Hello everybody and welcome back. So Spirit wants me to talk about this one certain thing, and I'm going to try and make it as quick as I can. Now, I'm legally allowed to talk about people who've got criminal records for hurting me. I'm actually allowed to do that, but I'm going to try not to give last names. I'm just going to make up a name, and there's thousands of people with the same names in the world, so this can't be held against me. Also, I have to say, just for my own protection, that it's for entertainment purposes only. Yes, okay, this is just to help somebody that might be going through the same situation or might actually have gone through the same situation. Okay, that's all it is for. So there was this one time when this woman was kicking on my door, but before she was kicking on my door, she invited me upstairs. When I went upstairs once, she said to me that she wanted me to meet a friend of hers. And I said, what kind of friend is this? We were speaking, and I was shocked. I was actually really shocked, okay? So this lady said she was working with children. I was just shocked. I could not believe it. I'd watched this person scream outside in the street. I'd watched them hit their partner. I'd watched them hit the dogs. I watched the dog actually attack that person, and then her say that it was actually the dog when really she hit the owner. She actually whacked the owner across the head, and then the dog went and bit her arm, and then she called the police. It was actually a really shocking day. Anyway, they asked me to go upstairs, and we were talking. I actually already had straight away, I thought this woman has got a really weird fucking vibe. Like straight away, you were weird as fuck. Because you are there arguing with a man, but as soon as I come in the room, you're all putty and you're all nice. And I hate women like you. You'll hit men, but then you're nice to women. What is that? What is with that? Keep your hands to yourself. But anyway, this woman, because I said to her, have you gone for some, you need to go for some healing. And I was saying, I went before, when you're in an abusive relationship, I went to this place, and you can do therapy, and you can really find out what type of relationship you're in, and it's really, really good. Even if you are you had young children, they have a little nursery there that you can take your children, and then you can go and do your courses while they look after your children, and you can really find out a lot about how your relationship is and why it's so controlling, and why you feel that you haven't got a life unless that person tells you what to do. But anyway, because I'd been in an abusive relationship, I could see, but it was really weird because I was the one that was being hit, but I was the one being nice to, but it was very nasty, then nice, then nice, then nasty. It was very strange. But then when I saw that, and when I got out of that relationship, and I saw that with a man, but the opposite way round, so she was hitting him, and he was just taking it like a woman. It was very odd to see, but I told him, you need help. I promise you that's not the relationship. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. I think his hand got, I think she, trapped his finger in the door at one point. It was, really crazy. And I said that, you, seriously, you're making me, get anxiety. So I was, shouting. I was saying to her, you're causing... Because I'm watching you hit him, you're bringing back things from my relationship when I was hit. And you might think it's different because he's a man, but you're actually making me get upset here. You're making me upset. And she just kept screaming and shouting in our block. Every time she came, it was absolutely, crazy. But what she didn't realise is because of EUPD, you can mimic this crazy behaviour. And I kept saying to Paul, please stop bringing her. Stop bringing her here. And it was really crazy because it was she was screaming and I wanted to scream. So I could see some of the neighbours underneath might have heard me, but the one above couldn't hear. Do you understand? Because I was in the middle. The people at the bottom couldn't hear the top lady. It's crazy. But anyway, I went up and I just said, you need some help. And she said to me, this very weird thing I remember. I'm not allowed to talk about it, so I've got to use a different word. Yeah, there's actually loads of people in the world called that. So anyway, this Kate, she said to me, you need to meet my friend called G. She works in the same industry we work in. So I was saying, what do you do, Kate? What do you do? She told me she worked with children. I was shocked. Gee whiz, I literally thought, someone leaves their child with you. You're an alcoholic. Are you you drink. You can't, no, maybe if you have your own kid, but you can't have a people kid, Kate. That's crazy. Anyway, she said to me, what did you used to do? And I said, I worked for all types of care, like every single type of care that you can think of. I just like looking after people, but mostly old people. And it was so weird that like 6 months later, after that person had been upstairs, it was so weird like that I met that person, and then that person took what that lady said that somebody was going to take from me. It's so weird. I knew 4 years before it happened. I had like a visual, like that's what I'm trying to say. I had a visual. I saw something in that girl, and I just saw it was like the same as me. I saw something and I thought, oh, I don't like that. I don't like how you're treating me, how you're treating your partner, how he treated me. It's disgusting. It's horrible. And it's just like, go and do that in your house. Can you not come here and do that? But yeah, that memory came back to me. But it was weird because I said after, like, there's something wrong with that girl. I'm telling you, you need to get yourself, because otherwise I'm going to lose you. There's something very strange, I promise you. And then anyway, when I went on this site, like all these things you had to do, it was so weird because I thought it was like really vain. But it was weird how like that person was like the complete opposite. But when I looked up at this piece, like this file, this piece of paper saying, it was just so weird. Like that person had like been starting to do that list, but also getting people to try and get me completely far away from that list as possible. So it would look like I was the opposite person. Whereas now, like I said, I'm in my 30s, it's vain, but I'm going to have to go back to it now. But I feel like this is also a lesson of like, it's like karma. You know, when you take something off someone, Spirit's like, okay, we're going to give them so many other things now. And then the karma is, they literally go back to the thing that you stopped them doing in the start. And it's like, crikey, you did all of that just to give that person more knowledge, like more skills, more talents, more hobbies. You did all of that just to go all the way back to the start, because you can't take what someone, you can go in what someone's, I don't know why this is, because it's like this piece of paper, but people think you can take someone's talent, but you can go in someone's talent. Yes, you have your own talent. And maybe sometimes, like there's a lady I worked with, and when I first started tarot cards, this is just an example for this person talking about, when I first started tarot cards, I was like, there was 2 people I told, 2 women, and then I said, one of them, I just was saying to her it was my hobby, and she said, I didn't know you read tarot cards. And I said, I just don't tell people because it's quite witchy, and people don't agree with that. And then later on I saw her, no, and I actually said she should do like she should do something like a cool thing for her job because her voice is so soothing. And then she literally became a tarot reader on YouTube. She's got like over 100K now. And then this other person I said about doing that and the cleaning, but I wanted to do the beauty boxes. And she did the cleaning. It was like Spirit was leading me all these other ways. But it was like, now I see, it's not someone taking what you have. It's Spirit leading you. Like, I need you to give this one a little bit of a thing. And they need a little bit of a head start. Right, and I need you to go here, and I need you to give this person this idea, and they need a little bit of a head start. And you're like going around, and you're probably thinking in your head, like, wow, I'm giving out all these ideas to everyone. When is my idea? But what you didn't realize is your idea was right back at the start. Spirit just needed you to just go and give some other ideas to people, but you got to go right back to the start, to where that person took from you. You have to really remember of like who you truly are. And I think something to do with like the same as when I was just telling you about that vision what I had, that lady, that lady, like, she set off so many traumas. Like, you have no idea how much PTSD that person set off. And like, in a way, I wasn't using it correctly, because I was using it, like, I was so in my mind, like going so much in the past of like thinking about my own trauma and just how that affected me, and just seeing that man with all the cuts and the bruises on him. Like, why are you taking that? Because she's nice to you after. But at the same time, it was really uncomfortable to watch, because I'd been in that before, when someone would hit you and then say sorry, and then like cuddle you and then kiss you and then have dinner with you and then make sure they slept at your house. so that you didn't say anything to anyone. And that does happen with men too. It really, really does happen. So you need to just speak up if that is you. It gets worse as you go along. It really does get worse. It really will. The more you allow someone to do that to you, the worse it gets. And they always say sorry, and then they always hit you again. They always hurt you again. They always squeeze your arm again. They always pull your hair again. They always strangle you again. Something will happen again. And I'm just saying this message is for a man and a woman. It can happen both ways. Women can also, like I said with that Kate, I saw her whack him across the head, like belt him across the head, and he just took it like a man. It was weird. It was so weird. But yeah, maybe Spirit was showing you things like, sometimes Spirit shows you that and then we go into ourselves. Like with me, I locked myself in my flat and just thought, this is fucking nuts. All of these people remind me of Shameless. Absolutely Shameless. If you've ever watched that, that's what it feels like anyway around this area, in this block. I don't know. And really Spirit was saying to me, like, no, how did you used to get that anger out? How did you used to get the aggression out? When people really frustrated you, what did you used to do? And I just think, I just walk off. I just I can't listen to your shit no more. I'm sorry, this is too low vibration. I'm off. And I would just go and walk into nature. And I'd just be on my own. And I'd actually feel really, really good. And that's maybe what someone needs to do. But not, mine is walking. Okay? I really do enjoy walking. And I felt like sometimes trauma can make you go into yourself and just feel like, I don't want to go out. I don't want to see anyone today. Like, I just want to just be with myself. But actually, if you go out and you walk, like saying, do those 10,000 steps, you'll actually go into nature and you'll actually feel so much better than just sitting inside. But yours might be something else. Like yours might be the gym. It might be you were really good at the gym. And that happened to me. Someone called before and I couldn't leave someone for an hour. And I used to be really good at the gym, and the same person that like wanted to mess up my life, they called so I wouldn't be able to go to the gym because I was on my own. And that changed my mental health when I didn't go to the gym. That really like changed a lot, actually. It made me really ill just for not going to the gym. When you are like really, really like, even if you just walk 4 hours and then you just stop and you stay in for months, that really can do a lot on your body and your mental health. And that's what happened to me. But what people do is they try to report you for things that you haven't done because they want to make you get angry. And they do that on purpose. I've had it my whole life, and it's reactive abuse. But when you have it done, you have to just take in note, like, why. Like, so when you've had reactive abuse done so many times, you might fall for it. You might actually get there. But each time you're going to get quicker in, like, stopping yourself. And then when you get to that point when you actually can look at somebody and think, you're doing that to me. You're not saying anything. You're not questioning them. You're not telling them what they're doing wrong. You're just looking at them. When you get to that point, okay, when you've got it in your head and you think, I know what you're doing, stop it. That kind of point, that's where you need to think that is the energy you've got inside of yourself to go back to do what you want to do. But Spirit sometimes has to push you so hard in your life, like they have to irritate you in all little different ways to make you get back up. Because sometimes, like I was just saying to you, like I didn't recognize some things I saw. Like I was living in a caravan in the countryside, so there wasn't a lot of craziness. Literally, like I was going out and walking with cows and stuff for like 4 hours a day. Like you might walk past a farmer with his sheepdog and you say, morning, great, muddy down that trail. You know, it wasn't that much. But then when I moved back, it was so much vibrations and energies, but also the stagnation of not being able to go into nature, having nature, like it is still like a 20-minute, 15-minute walk. But before it was literally like 10-second walk. So it really does also, the one thing I've found with myself, I don't know about other people, but like the environment means a lot, like when you're in a different environment. Lately I've saw like, so over about 50 people have stopped me moving house, like over 50. And I don't know, at the start I was thinking, I don't know why you're doing all this, but I think I know why. I just think it's just like when you see that somebody has potential, but you know that if you move them to a different environment, they will actually flourish. They will actually be high vibration. They'll be the best they've ever been. So you have to keep this person, like with myself, you have to keep them around men because they've had sexual trauma. You have to keep them around people that have lied on their name and hurt their whole energy. Their whole life's been messed up. They have to keep you in a traumatic place because they want you to be traumatized. And the truth is, you can just get up and walk those 20 minutes. You can walk that 20 minutes. And I'm telling you, after that 20 minutes, you think, phew, I think it is that place I'm in. But just look also around yourself, because whoever this is, one thing I've also saw is you see a lot of people give the gift to the gab, and they're like, I can get you this, I can move you here, I can help you here, I can do this, I've got connections here. You don't even have to pay for a removal van. Oh yeah, I know this, and this person that owns this house. I know this, and this person from the council. You will hear so much shit from people's mouths, so much shit, gaslighting, telling you what they're gonna do. Just say, like, can you do it or shut the fuck up? Because I don't want to hear what people are going to do anymore. I just want to see it being done, because it's been too many years. And then sometimes when it's been too many years, you have to make the move yourself, okay? But when you make your move yourself, you get to change your name, you get to change your environment, you get to change everything. I don't know how to explain this to you, but you will be able to change everything. But it is you don't get angry at these people. This is the time to actually acknowledge why they haven't helped you, why they feel so under you that if they help you, you'll be better than them. And also, if they help you, why they feel that they don't want you to flourish in life. You have to look at things like that. But also, this is a really good time for you to work with your spirits, and also dig deeper and realize, like, you can do every single thing alone. Everything. You don't need anyone. You can do it all alone, honestly. You just slowly catch a monkey, okay? Look at that monkey. Slowly catch a monkey. Everything is... Rome wasn't built in a day. It really wasn't. And your life isn't going to be built in a day. But you're doing this slowly because you're actually going to be doing this clever. You're going to go back into things that you used to do, but you're also going to meet people that are going to really bring you safety and, like, stability in this. But also you're going to have a move. But you have asked people to move. I think you're going to be like me, and you're going to spend years and years, like, trying to depend and wait on people that are never going to help you. They're never going to. They're going to just tell you what they can do. But it's very likely when you see people actually action, you see a lot of gaslighting. And that's where you're just going to waste a lot of time. But if I was you, I'd just get started yourself. Whoever you are, get started. You can do this yourself. But watch out for a dog biting someone's arm. That's definitely because that vision came up of that girl, and it was like a whole gash out of her arm. And I literally looked at her, and I'm sorry, but I thought, yeah, you deserve that bitch. And she went to go hit the dog back. And I thought, you nasty woman. You hit someone's owner, and then you go to hit the dog after he bites you. And that was a Rottweiler. And I literally thought in my head, yeah, you deserve that bitch. And that was from Spirit, literally saying, bitch, we're on to you. But you will see a crazy lady, and like I said to you, she will be attached to somebody that works with other children, and they have G in their name. So Kate Churchley and G, you know. And I can say Kate Churchley's name because she had a restraining order for kicking my door for 1.5 years, so I will say her name. But anyway, yeah, she is involved with the person who took, you know, what off me. So yeah, what is the connection in this? Why is this connection? And also, why was that arranged 4 years before? Why was that already guided for me to go and see that person separately? And when I refused to, because the person was an alcoholic and a weirdo, that's when I thought, it's funny how I was still led the same way anyway. And it doesn't matter, like, if you stop trying, like, especially when you listen to readers or you listen to anyone, like, I can read for myself, but I can't change the future. I don't think you can change the future. And even if you're going to tell someone, it's because you're supposed to meddle in the future. There is a reason why that you're allowed to say. And if you don't say, it goes the same way. And if you say, it goes the same way. So I'm really not, I'm still to this day trying to work it out. But whoever you are, just, yeah, it's been really lovely for you to watch me. Also, you know that lady that has to watch me for all of these? It's really lovely to take 19 minutes out of your day today. Haven't mentioned your name yet, have I? Because you're such a boring person, and you need to get a roller on the back of your blazer. It had dandruff twice. I hope to not see it the third time. Dandruff, okay? But please dress appropriately next time. And there's another person, like I'm saying, you didn't iron your blazer. it was obviously scrunched up in a drawer. So next time, can we please act a little bit more appropriate before you start blasphemy on my name? God don't like people who blaspheme, but also dress not to the standards that you should be for the standards that you say you are. Do you understand? Yes, that's just for that one person. That's not for everyone watching. It's just somebody who has to watch my channel and was blasphemy on my name. So I like to get the long messages in here because I know she's listening and she's an ugly bitch, and I do enjoy her listening to them all from start to finish because you're horrible and you are a stalker. Thanks. I hope this message finds you. You will probably get people like that. You'll probably get people in your energy. Look out for an older lady, short hair, really angry, very angry, shouts a lot, shouts at a lot of people ahead of her, above her. That's the scariest thing. Look at the back of her coat. She has dandruff. And I mean, it's a lot of dandruff. And the way she speaks and shouts, I just cannot believe that much dandruff is there twice, 2 different days. Which it means, like, does your husband not look at the back of your blazer? Or, like, do you not, like, have a roller? It's incredible. You blaspheme on someone's name, but you have dandruff at the back of your blazer. Sort that out, please. Sort it out. Honestly.